Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the CFO Insider. My name is Amy Brownell, and every Tuesday I go live on YouTube at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific to talk about all things CFO advisory related. So today we are going to talk about exactly how many CFO clients you actually need to hit your income goals. Now, a couple of things. Before we jump into this, I would love it if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you are made aware of anytime I drop new content, anytime that there is, anytime you have questions or concerns or need to know something about CFO, you can get a hold of me. And in addition, if you have questions about this episode, either while we're live or afterwards, go ahead and either type it into the chat or type it into the comment section, and I will get those answered for you, either here live or I will follow up with you. So, all right. Well, there is a lot of misinformation out there about exactly how much CFO advisory services pay. So let's talk about it. According to QuickBooks, they do an annual rate survey. QuickBooks says, it's actually not QuickBooks, it's Intuit, who owns QuickBooks. They say that the average CFO advisor earns $50 an hour more than the average bookkeeper. So if you do the math there, that's over $100,000 a year more, or 64% more a year. I mean, it is massive. The pay gap between tax pros, bookkeepers, and CFO advisors, it is substantial. But at the end of the day, we're not getting paid hourly. We are getting paid based on the value we create. So what does that look like? Well, if you are a bookkeeper, let's say your average fee range is somewhere in that $300 to $1,000 price fee range. And that would mean that the average fee is about $650 per client. Now, if you look at that same type of information for tax pros, we're talking an average monthly fee of somewhere between $300 and $1,000 per return, which again works out to an average of $650 per return. So we've got bookkeepers making an average of $650 per client, and we've got CPAs and tax pros earning about $650 per return they do. Now, what does this mean if you want to earn $100,000? Well, to earn $100,000 as a bookkeeper, you need to work with 13 bookkeeping clients. That's 13 different personalities, 13 different niches or sets of books, 13 different problems, and all of that comes with clients. On the other hand, if you work as a tax pro, as a CPA doing taxes, that means that to reach that $100,000 income goal, you would have to work on 154 tax returns. 154. That is a lot of tax returns. So you can see 13 bookkeeping clients, 154 tax returns. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. We don't want to do that much work. If you're a CFO advisor, on the other hand, the average fee range that I have seen is between $3,000 and $8,000 per client per month. So we'll call that an average of $5,500 a month per client. Now, to reach that same $100,000 income goal, you need only two CFO clients to reach that $100,000 income goal. So you can see, the question really is, would you rather work with 13 difficult, takes time to get information from, wants you to do all of this extra work for free Would you rather work with 13 clients like that? Or would you rather work with 2 super easy CFO advisory clients? Alternatively, if you're a tax pro, would you rather do 154 tax returns or work with 2 CFO advisory clients? You get to the same money either way. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, that's great. If I am looking for, maybe I think, let's start that again. If you're thinking, Amy, 5,500 a client seems like a lot. I've seen some lower ranges out there. Everybody is pricing it differently. So I recommend pricing based on the value you create. And that pricing is where I got the $3,000 to $8,000. Now let's just say, for example, you wanted to play a conservative and say $4,000 per client per month. Well, you would only need 3 clients to reach $154,000 or $144,000 a year in income. So you can see we are talking about few clients, few issues, few headaches, fewer everything, except money, more money. All right, and you might be asking yourself, okay, but why? Why are CFO clients willing to pay so much? And the answer is actually quite simple. It's because what they're really honestly paying for is keeping the lights on, making sure that the team gets paid. They're paying to stop those small issues from becoming large, expensive ones. They're paying to understand the impact of decisions before they're made, and for just that peace of mind. Clients do not pay for reports. They pay for results. They pay for outcomes. And if we can give them the outcome that they are looking for, keeping their business on, helping them understand how to grow their business, helping them understand how to manage expenses, manage cash, that is what they pay us for. And just to give you an example, I have someone that I've worked with. Her name is Ranjan, and she had a potential client come to her, ask her to increase revenue $400,000 year over year. Okay, $400,000 year over year. Ranjan came to me and said, hey, I don't know really how to price this. What do you think? And so her and I worked on a plan, and we came up with a fee of $100,000. So think about it like this. We are helping them grow their business, $400,000, and in return, we are asking for $100,000. The client automatically agreed, because who wouldn't agree to that? That's like buying money. And Ranjan won that job. Her fee was $8,100 a month from just one client. So you can see how few clients you need just to reach your goal. Remember, buying money is really what we're talking about here. When the fee that you pay is less than what you're getting back. In fact, let me give you an example. Let's say I have $10 and I'm going to sell that $10 for $1. Who would take that deal? I hope everyone's raising their hands like crazy. Everyone would take that deal, because who in their right mind wouldn't buy $1 or buy $10 for $1? That's buying money. It's the same thing with CFO services. We are giving clients outcomes that they are looking for, and they're happy to pay for that, because what they get is worth much more than what they pay. All right, so that is a little bit about how many clients you need to reach your goal. Go ahead and do the math. Use an average of $5,500 a month for a CFO client, and take your number, your income target, let's just say it's 100,000, divided by that 5,500, And that will tell you how that 5,500 divided by 12, that will tell you how many clients you need to reach that goal. All right. All right. So that is it for today's edition of the CFO Insider. I'm glad that we had a chance to talk about this because it is really one of the things that helps those of you who are charging hourly to understand there is a much better way, a much, much better way. All right. So like I said, if you have questions or comments, go ahead and type them into the comment section below. I'll get back to you with a quick answer. And I look forward to seeing everyone next week here on YouTube and Facebook for another edition of the CFO Insider. That will be next Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Everyone, have a great week.